Welcome back, everybody. It's Thursday. It's 4 o'clock. You know what it means. Time for another weekly chat with Pat. Special guest with me today, Gary Falldin. We're going to talk a little bit about distracted driving today. First, I'm going to read some names here. We have the winners for March of 2021 for the Diamond Rewards. These first set of names are for the $720. Silver, we have Cecil Washington. Gold, Mark Crawford. Congratulations, Mark. Platinum, Amid Shikdoon. I apologize if I say your name wrong. Diamond, William Gray. Diamond again, Michelle Strom. The first quarter winners, this is for the 1200, is silver is Jarvis Brisby. Gold, Shannon Matag. Platinum, Willie Gordon Jr. Diamond, O.C. Smith. Diamond again, Elliot Dixon. Again, I apologize if I misspoke your name. Now we have another list of drivers here who've paid their trucks off in March. So we'll get through these. Bashir Hassan, Randy Underhill, Irvin Coultier, Kevin Taman, Melvin Jones, Winston Kinsler, Clarence Thornton, Karen Lane, Carlton Ebron, and Elaine Perez Cabanas. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to those of you drivers who paid your trucks off. I know that's a huge weight off a driver's shoulders when you are out from underneath that big payment and you're holding that truck flat out and clear. So again, my special guest today is Gary Falldin. Gary, what is your official title here at DART?
Well, the official title is Vice President of Safety, Security, and Driver Onboarding. But today what I want to talk about a little bit was distracted driving. And, you hear a lot about distracted driving out there, and a lot of it is because of cell phone use. I mean, that has really gotten the public's eye. It's gotten the attention of law enforcement. But really, distracted driving is anything that takes a driver's attention away from driving. Cell phones is huge. And I think all professional drivers know not to use cell phones when they're driving. You should use hands-free. And really the best practice is to keep the cell phone in the bunk so you're not tempted to use it.
Right, because we know if you just pick it up and look at it, oh, I see so-and-so's calling me. If a state trooper sees that, you're going to get a ticket. But not only that, you've taken your eyes off of the road for that 2 or 3 seconds it took you to look at your phone, which, we've seen. Here in Minnesota, what was it, 3 years ago, we had that bad accident up here where that driver was on his phone for 8 seconds and went over the top of that car and killed the young man, the father, husband, brother, because he was distracted. And I think when we talk distracted, that's the first thing everybody thinks of. But we know eating a sandwich can be distracting.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be distracting. But, if you look at the most recent violations we've had for cell phone, we talk to the drivers after we see the violation, and really it's they've had their phone in their hand for some reason. They had picked it up, they were looking for directions, or they had dropped it, they set on the floor, and then they picked it up. And you just don't touch the phone, keep it in your bunk, and you'll be in very good shape then. But yeah, there's other distractions. And you really want to do a mental pre-trip before you get underway. And what I mean by that is you should really be thinking before you take off, have you left yourself enough time? Did you account for weather and traffic? If you're going through a big city during rush hour, pretty good chance you're going to hit some rush hour traffic. And most all of you know where the problems occur. And, just running late creates tension, which also adds to risk. And then do you have the right directions? Have you entered your directions into your ELD so you don't have to worry about doing that later on? And, eating can be a distraction. Eating, drinking, even mirror checks can be a distraction. Again, anything that takes your attention off the road in front of you, and you have to do mirror checks. But mirror check should be a quick glance. And if you check a mirror, it should be a quick glance and your eyes go back in front on the road ahead. Then you can check your mirror again, eyes to the front. If you're looking at your gauges, from the front, you can look at a quick glance to your gauges, then back out in front. Really, your attention should be in what's going on in front of you. And the key also, really is to maintain proper following distance.
Absolutely.
6 seconds is the minimum. That gives you time to react. If all of a sudden traffic comes to a complete stop, if traffic is at a dead stop ahead, you need 6 seconds to be able to stop in time. And that's quite a bit of distance. So, when you're out on the road, count off that 6 seconds and you'll see actually how far that is. But that's at that distance, that's how much you need to safely be able to stop.
And that's a key point right there, seconds. Because when I talk to a lot of drivers, they say, well, I was 300 feet behind that vehicle. Okay, but 300 feet's not 6 seconds. And if me and you are both looking at something, I might say, well, that's 200 feet. You might say, no, it's 400. Everybody has a different perception of that distance. And that's why we say count it in seconds. Pick out that object in front there. When that vehicle passes that object, count how long it takes you to get there. If you get there before, 1001, 1002, if you're there before 6, you're too close to them.
Yeah. And really 6 seconds, if you use seconds, it'll always keep you at the right distance no matter what speed you're at, because
Absolutely.
The distance adjusts based on your speed. Just keep that 6 seconds and you'll be in good shape. But again, just something to remember.
And part of that too is with our trucks, with the on-guard, if you use the cruise control, it's going to keep
It'll keep you back.
It's going to keep you back.
It'll keep you back. That's exactly right. But again, just to remember, anything that takes your attention away from driving can be a distraction, and just be aware of that when you're on the road. I'd hate to see anything happen to any of our drivers or any of the motoring public out there.
And we know, we tell all our drivers you have to be hands-free, you have to have that Bluetooth. But if you're say I'm having an angry conversation with my spouse where I'm arguing with her on my hands-free, that can be distracting as well, because I'm probably more focused on what's happening in my ear versus what I should be watching in front of me.
Yep, you're exactly right. I mean, that's a mental distraction.
Absolutely.
So if you look at the types of distraction, there's really 3 types. There's mental distractions, which is exactly what you just described right there. There's visual distractions, where you're taking your eyes off the road ahead for whatever reason, to read billboards, road signs, looking at those too long, looking at passing a crash scene and looking at that too long. There's manual distractions, and those are really the ones where you have something in your hands. You're adjusting the radio too long. You're reading a map. You're reaching for an item that's been dropped on the floor. Those are the manual distractions. So all of those you want to avoid.
Cheeseburger in your bag and fries. I mean, all that stuff. And it's stuff people do every day, but you don't think about it as a distraction, and it really is. I mean, we've seen it. And it only takes a couple seconds of your eyes off the road, and you need them valuable seconds. If traffic came to a stop in front of you, you need all that time. We can't afford the distractions. So
that's right.
All right, thanks everybody. Thanks, Gary, for being here. Hope to have you on for some more stuff. I know we have a road check coming up in May, so I'm hoping to have you back on before that so we can talk about that. Keep all our drivers prepared for that stuff. So remember, everybody out there, don't be so busy out there building a life you actually forget to have that life. We'll catch you next week.